Welcome everyone to another episode of The Old Guard, the only podcast hosted by OGs dedicated to preserving the sanctity of geek culture. It is Mr. Get Off My Lawn himself, Wally Analog, and I'm joined, of course, by the keeper of civility and order, Rowls Royce.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we are back because, ladies and gentlemen, we did our review of a movie that has me in a chokehold since its release, Sinners. And we didn't feel as if we gave it enough time as far as conversation is concerned. So when we put it out there, we knew we need to talk further about this. So slap part one on the back of that thing before you send it out. So today is the recording of part two, Sinners.
Yeah.
And man, it's like I said, it has me in a chokehold, man, from soundtrack to the actual film itself.
Right.
And just the cultural phenomenon that it is and how it's affecting people in a number of different communities.
Right.
And we never really kind of addressed any of that. And we didn't even, but what are your thoughts? Like, what do you feel like we missed and we didn't give enough time to as far as conversation?
Well, we were kind of going over kind of the play-by-play of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We totally missed getting into the vampire part of it with Remick.
Exactly.
Which has a lot of weight as well.
Very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Irish community was well represented, and I think we get caught up talking about what we know more about being our community.
Yes.
The Black community.
Right.
That we feel like it's necessary to talk about the relevance of his character and how that culture was represented in the movie.
Right.
Because it's every bit as important.
Right. And it's interesting because it's interesting that we stopped where we did because the movie was kind of set up that way where it's like, okay, we're going to get you to care about all of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get to the juke joint.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it's painting that picture of Ernie Barnes, the Sugar Shack, which I was laughing at last time. Yeah, I was laughing because you were making the faces and stuff like that.
The pose.
Yeah, but yeah, I think he did a wonderful job of setting it up and setting up the world, and then getting to the vampires.
Mm-hmm.
That was that was the turning point of the film, and then it's almost like you got two films in one almost.
You did.
It's like it went from like, okay, setting up the world to now all of a sudden there's vampires.
Right, because if you didn't have an idea of what the movie was about, you would have never seen that coming. Like, these are just about some twins that
right,
are coming back home and they're trying to start this little club,
right,
back in their small hometown. And then that's like when you said, that's when it went all the way left into the horror part of the film. And they call this movie a horror film, but man, I don't know. I mean, I guess it is. It has. I would venture to say that it has horror elements. It's not a horror movie. That's just me. Because it's so much more than that, and to compartmentalize it as a horror movie, I feel like is not giving it enough. To
Correct.
Just say it's just a horror movie, it's much more than that. Although if you had to categorize it, I don't know where else you'd put it. But I guess they do that for the sake of being able to categorize it for other purposes. Whatever they may
Here's
do.
another thought too, and I've just been thinking about this. Like, I'm not a horror movie watcher. Like, I'm not an aficionado or whatever. When I watched Get Out, that was a turning point for me. And I think with Get Out, there's this new wave of horror from the gory, scary perspective. But then there's also the cultural perspective.
Mm-hmm.
it is a horror movie in a lot of realms. Like it is scary. Like for example, like Love, and I'll say Get Out, Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
They tapped into like, not only is this scary from a vampires or werewolves or whatever, but no, we should, like, there was fear of the Klan. There's fear of racism. There's fear of like the color of my skin. Somebody's going to act a certain way around me. That's scary. And I think that's what has impacted me the most about those movies. They're able to group that all in and create a beautiful package and present it to you. Like, it's just a different vehicle of saying like, hey, racism is scary. You know, that's why, like, at the end of the film, like, I think that's why that whole scene with the Klan, like, he gave a warning, like, hey, this is ownership. You can't take this away from us. You know, we paid for it outright. Don't come back here. And he came back here anyway, you know, so I just feel like these directors are really doing it in a smart way. I think Ryan Coogler definitely captured that essence of everything. Like, yes, there's these make-believe things that we make up about vampires and werewolves, but like, racism is scary. And it's scary to this day and is relevant today. We're in fear. It's a horror show. You know?
Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
You know?
Yeah.
These things that happened in the 30s, we're still feeling the effects of it now. It's scary. Like, I think that's why it's impacted me the most.
Yeah.
So anyway, I didn't want to. I went off on a tangent, but
that was very.
So to classify it, like, to your point, I do agree with you. It's hard to just classify it as a horror movie because it does a lot more than that. Than your typical horror movie. Like, these slashers don't have a document. They're not making a commentary on
jump scares. It's just jump scares and
right.
Yeah. I don't like those.
Right.
Yeah. It was good. It was okay when I was 12, but it's like, I have a hard time paying to feel an emotion that I don't want to feel. That's why as you said earlier, I mean, it's like, we're fearful enough as it is. I don't want to pay.
Correct.
To be any more afraid than I normally am. But yeah, so that's a good point. It's a good point. But I guess for the sake of categorizing it for when the Oscars come around, I don't know what are they gonna, like, how it's gonna be categorized as a horror movie is what I'm thinking, because of, you know, things like that. You know, Oscars and I don't think it. I mean, I don't
like
that, right?
And
because if they best something, I don't know, they do.
And I pray
individual awards for a genre type is what I'm talking about.
And again, don't put the tinfoil hat on me, but I just pray that they don't use that against them. Like, it's a horror movie. Horror movies don't typically get Oscar nominations.
Well, here we go, man. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I mean, outside of maybe The Exorcist or something like that.
I've already set myself up for the anger I'm going to feel for its lack of recognition and lack of awards that it wins.
Let's not say that. I mean, maybe.
Man, I just don't have any confidence in. They don't get me started on how I feel about this stuff. But man, I'm just. We've said this offline, man. For me, and this is just opinion, you don't have to agree, anybody who's listening or whatever, but anything fewer than 3 Oscar wins is criminal, man, for me. Like, less than 3. Because there's so many things as far as categories that this thing could win for. Like,
Oscar nominations or wins, or you mean wins?
Okay. That's what they'll do. They'll give you a nod, as if to say, no, he need to be carrying some hardware away.
So what do you think the win should be?
Original screenplay?
Yeah.
Effects. Those twin shots and the way that I know cinematography for sure. Some actor has to come out of there. even if it's just supporting with Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's 4 right there. And I mean, if you want to go into costume design,
oh gosh,
that's 5.
Goodness.
Sound score.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ludwig,
they made that world believable.
Ludwig,
like down.
Ludwig did it. He did
Oh
his
my
thing.
gosh.
That's 6 right there.
Yeah. Let me touch on that for a minute. I actually did a second viewing of Sinners in the theaters. The sound design is amazing there.
It's crazy.
Like down to there was a moment, and I'm gonna butcher the dialogue, but there's a moment where Smoke goes to Annie. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke goes to. No, am I? Is that right? Yeah, Annie.
Yeah, Annie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Smoke goes to Annie, and they're talking about their child, and he talked about like fighting in the war and all that stuff, and I forgot what she says to him, but they were talking about the mojo bag and all that stuff, and she started speaking to him, and it was almost as if she was projecting a spell, and the sound effect of her voice started to echo, and it was almost like you felt her power.
Yeah, that
moment
that flew past me,
and it was subtle. It was so subtle. Another point, when Delroy Lindo was in the car and he was doing his monologue, you heard the sounds of the lynching as he was talking about it.
You could hear it. Yeah, that scene almost didn't make it.
Right. And that scene was technically rough to do because they only had a small patch of Delta.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you said that.
As a backdrop.
Right.
And
they had to get it in one shot.
They had to get it in one shot. They only had like maybe a mile of Delta where they had it in the background. Yeah. So you saw the expanse of the Delta behind them as they're driving. They only had a stretch of that. And then it was just going to become, it was still flat land, but you wouldn't see all the cotton and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, sound design especially. But anyway, we'll end up doing a part 3 if we keep talking about this stuff. So like getting to the vampires.
We up to 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
and we can always revisit this too. Yeah. Like, there's nothing wrong with going back and revisiting it. Maybe when it comes out on home release.
Right.
I've already ordered it, by the way.
Yeah, you told me about.
I'm still a physical media guy. I like owning the movies that I like.
This may very well be the first steelbook I ever own because I don't buy them like that. I just don't. But this one, yeah. I only own a few movies anyway outright, but those are the ones that I like the most. Like Lifetime, So I knew I was going to buy it, but I think I might need all those extras for this one.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, I want to see all the extras.
I need all the extras.
All the extras. Yeah, all the extras. Yeah. And you can buy them digitally too, and you can get all the extras. But just something about getting that 4K.
I think, I feel you on that.
Yeah,
it's got to happen. Plus, I kind of want to support the dude.
Kind of. I do want to support the dude.
You know what I mean? It has to happen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So, okay. So the vampires. My level of history as it related to the Irish was limited to just that they were enslaved as well and had been treated a certain way, and they were kind of shoulder to shoulder with us during those times, and that that was part of the reason why the line of division was created anyway, right? Because there were so many that were being marginalized and being made to work for free, just enslaved. And they, obviously the story is, or the truth is, they were nervous about that. Like, there's too many of them. This can be a problem. Right. So we're going to paint the black slaves as lesser. And, so that these other ones can kind of feel like, oh, okay, there might be a chance for us. Right. You know what I mean? But there's so many of them were Irish, you know what I mean? I didn't realize, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that, but I didn't know about the whole conquest of Ireland by, England, right? England, and having religion forced on them, and all these strict kind of. I mean, they just pretty much stripped their culture as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that it was on that level. And those are the things they don't want to tell you about.
Right.
You know, and so I'm in there getting this history because, well, you know, after the fact, right? You know how whenever these thought-provoking movies come out, they compel you to go online and start doing some more research and finding out,
right,
hearing things. And the more I hear about it, man, we have a lot in common with these Irish, you know, descendants. You know,
down to the point where you have slave Bibles where they take chapters out.
That's correct. Yeah, and see, we
about slavery.
Yeah, yes. They had. They gave us. There was 2 Bibles. There was one for the slaves that said, "Obey your masters and make sure you do what they say."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they had the regular one. And but yes, religion forced on both.
Right. And
now you enter Remick, who is revealed to be, but like you said, subtly old. Like been around long enough to have seen all of that. Like it's like a 1,300-year-old being,
right,
who was around for all that persecution and indoctrination and all that type of stuff.
Right.
And so he uses that to help, I guess, identify with those who have also been or are being marginalized. I thought, and Ryan does a lot of research, you know, and I don't think that's talked about enough, because anybody that's good at their craft, and when they're writing, if they're going to write about something, you have to have a good factual foundation upon which to build your story. And he's excellent at that. And I did not realize that about the Irish culture on that level.
The other part too is, and I've listened to too many interviews with Ryan Coogler.
I think we all have at this point.
You know, when you look at his films and you know, you listen to his interviews, he gravitates toward villains where you see their side of the story. Killmonger.
It's the only way he writes.
I agree with Killmonger.
It's the only way he writes.
It's the wrong way to go about it, yes. But he has every right. He has every right to think that way.
Right.
Remick, same thing.
Yeah. No mustache twirling.
When Sammy was trying to, you know, say the Lord's Prayer to him, he's like, "Man, I heard that before, man. Yeah, I know.
I'll say it with you.
I know.
Let's say it together.
Let's say it together.
No, man. That's a mess.
I know. Yeah.
We heard it too.
Yeah.
I heard it before you.
Right.
Before y'all people. I heard it.
And then what was interesting was, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but it seemed like he was, as he was saying it, he was trying to baptize him in the water.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah, I did notice that. Absolutely.
He kept pushing his head into the water. Instead of just biting him, he just
just dunk you. You know what I'm saying? It's like he was
taunting him in a way. I was like, almost like it was forced on him or something.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask about this. The music. There were two pieces of music. There was one where it was Remick and then the clan couple that he converted, right?
Yeah.
And they were singing and you got to see the hive mind of the vampire, like they're like a musical complement to what he's singing, and they're supporting him in music.
Right.
And they just sound like they've been singing for years.
Yeah.
You know, they were in sync.
Right.
Down to the instruments, right?
Yes.
So there was that musical number where they're trying to get into the juke joint.
Yes.
And then there was
Paul Robin Clean.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that for a minute? Like,
please.
Yeah, like,
because that's my son's favorite song. Dude, I don't know why.
I'm not familiar with that song.
No.
That's my first time hearing it.
There's 2 versions of it on the soundtrack. It's the one they sang in the original black.
I still need to listen
African American version. You know, like that's a of African American descent. Like
really,
that's a black song. Go to towards the end of the soundtrack. Black people are singing that song, the original one. So
Okay.
he's singing that to try to connect it. That's why they're singing that to get in.
it. Okay.
And that
was my first time hearing that song.
Was vibing.
Okay.
He was like, oh, yeah. But Smoke
I thought he was
like,
being sarcastic.
No, he was feeling it.
Okay, he was feeling it.
He was like, okay. But then Smoke was like, no, take that on down the road.
Right. There's plenty of white barrel houses. Yeah. Right.
It's because we're...
Okay.
But he was singing a song that they would be familiar with.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I've never heard that song before, so I was like, man, I
hadn't either.
I thought it was some corny.
But no, I learned that too.
Right. So that was originally a black song.
Yeah, go look on the soundtrack and play the original one.
And I need to listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
So is there the soundtrack and the score? There's a score.
I feel like it's all because every song that was played in the movie, it's on the soundtrack, and it's literally in order of events. The song is played in the order it was played in the movie. As well, if you pay attention.
Well, so I know that there was.
I don't know if there's a soundtrack. I know I
think the score came out first because it was just all kind of just music and
okay.
But there's one there that has like, unless I'm confusing the two, but it seemed like, at this recording, like it's been like what 2-3 weeks, right? It seems like they rolled out this weekend. A soundtrack because it was like listening parts, and there was more like
for a minute,
and it had some rappers on it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've had. Okay, I don't know about that.
Okay,
like I got the one where
it was bluesy and all that stuff.
Well, it's still, but Don Toliver is still on the track on there, and then,
so I might be confusing the two. It might be some confusion.
There's literally some score stuff on this soundtrack that
Okay.
I'm looking at. So I don't know about the other one, but I know this one that I have is
you're probably right.
My Spotify Wrapped is going to be dominated by sinners. It's going to be crazy,
right?
Like I said, my son is
and I'll check too, but I could be totally wrong. But yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah, continue with your thought about the music.
Yeah, so I just wanted to I just wanted to talk about that because and thank you for enlightening me on that because I was like, okay, that song's odd. I've never heard it before.
All those songs were relevant and I don't know if this is true. But I'd seen where someone of Irish descent had made a comment about the Will You Go, Lassie Go song that they were singing when Mary came out. And they were singing, apparently that song, and I don't know if this is true, so forgive me if it's not, but this is what I saw someone of Irish descent say online. So, but they said it hit them a certain way because they play that at like funerals and stuff.
Gotcha.
In Irish culture. I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, that's a lot of strategic work done by Ryan because
Mary
it
makes
had
sense
just
because
lost
she
her
just
mom.
lost her mom and she was
trying to draw her and she was almost drawn in
so she saw the drool.
Yes, and then she snapped out of it, but it had got her caught up.
Right.
Because of the nature of that song and the context of how when that song is traditionally performed. And I was just like, man, that's crazy if that's true.
Right. And it's kind of highlighting the seductive nature. It wasn't like seductive, like, oh, I'm looking at this vampire's eyes and I'm sexually attracted to them.
No,
it was more like by music and community
But music was a theme, right?
Exactly.
It was like, this is what is being used to gain
attract
access.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And our music attracted them.
Yep. That's what happened.
So
yeah.
That's just the levels to that.
There's so much, man.
Rich.
His movies,
and it required and that required thought and writing.
Yeah, he didn't just sit down and just
let's just make up a scene.
Let's just do something and just write some 30-minute long scene with circular, dialogue that's going round and around.
Right. The thing that I really
Tyler
caught.
Perry. Sorry, go ahead.
What was that?
Tyler Perry.
Okay.
Continue.
That joke didn't go over well. I didn't understand. Okay. Yeah, all right. Maybe I did. Okay. Yes. All right.
Yeah, I'd be calling out names.
Yeah. No, you're all right. Yeah. The thing that really grabbed me about that scene, the first and the second showing, was the lighting. When she went out to them, the thing that I found powerful was, if you noticed, their eyes were blacked out.
Yes.
They were lit where you can't see their eyes.
Not at all.
It's almost like
not until it
we're
was time
plotting.
To feed.
Yes. It was almost like
for sure.
You're prey.
Yep.
And we're in the cut waiting to attack.
Right.
But they're in front of her.
Yes.
But you can't see their eyes. And I'm like, why can't I see their eyes?
Right. Because their intention is almost the eyes represented their intentions. You can't see them yet.
You can't see, you can't see emotion.
Until it's time.
Right.
And it was almost too late. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then when he like, it's that camera, it's the editing. Yeah. Like you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, when he edit that scene where he's like, okay, now he's drooling and his teeth are out and eyes are red. She's like, oh, wait a minute.
What's going on here?
Let me pull my pistol out.
I got to get the blicky out.
Right. It's like, where was she hiding that one? It's like, where'd she have that gun? Mary was gangster.
Man, she said it, man.
Yeah. In so many ways.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And even the I loved the editing of, she runs away and you see him fly, but you cut it.
But if you don't pay attention, you miss it. It's so fast.
Right.
That rise off the ground.
Right.
So fast.
Right.
Yeah.
And it would have been so easy to show that and show, oh, well, this dude's dope and all this stuff. And it's like, no, I think the mystery of not seeing, him ascend or descend. Yeah. And there was a lot of people.
Supernatural element to him anyway, because when he was introduced, he was falling from somewhere. Right. When they first showed him, he wasn't just walking up. He had come down from somewhere.
Right. Now, yes. So was he flying, like, was he trying to fly away from the Choctaw? I guess the Choctaw, like, had him in their sights or something.
Right.
Because there's a lot of there's like, oh, he fell from heaven. It's like, well, not at that moment. Like,
not at all.
Yeah. And it's funny, you mentioned the music. There's some Easter eggs in the, somebody pointed it out in a video. I'm watching too many videos on Sinners, by the way.
I'm totally chokehold, man.
There's Easter eggs where in the descriptions, they have these articles. And one is dated, it's dated in the 1930s, but it's Michael B. Jordan's birthday.
Oh, okay.
But it's about the Smokestack twins, and it talks. It doesn't say them specifically, but it talks about a robbery of alcohol, Irish alcohol.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's another one that is, I think, the actor's birthday or something. There was some relevance to him, which implied that Remick came on a ship. And all of a sudden, there was reports of this ship that had these. There was blood everywhere and burned bodies and stuff like that. And there was
crazy.
And it was like
crazy.
Yeah, and it was somewhere in the iTunes, the song notes. So there's like these little Easter eggs. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, people are digging really deep on this movie, and that's a testament to the writing of this movie, where people want to know more. It's forcing them, even though this is fake history, it's actually pointing to real history.
Yeah. I need the prequel with Smoke and Stack in Chicago. I need that. I need a gangster mob movie. I need that.
Man,
I need that movie back.
Can you imagine? And again, I don't want to, because there was a joke about somebody posted a picture where they had Ryan Coogler like he was Kevin Feige, and he was it was like Warner Brothers wants this wants a Sinners universe, fields of sinners and leapers of sinners, the Irish,
the Coogler cinematic universe,
right? We don't want that, but
no, because then that's when it starts getting cheapened. I actually But I could do
you.
I could do Smoke and Stack when they go to Chicago.
Yeah,
it's strictly a mob movie. Like
do you think Ryan would do that?
I don't know. Probably not. Just because
I like the effectiveness.
He would have to want to do it, right? Like
right.
He's not going to do anything he's not feeling. He's not going to do it just because people are clamoring for anything.
Now, there's been a hint that this is now. I think maybe the discussion about this is original IP.
Mm-hmm. He can do what he wants.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's right. There's a side of me that wants the movie to just be effective the way it is,
like
and not
like the Watchmen series on
exactly
on HBO.
Right. But over time, like let a lot of time pass and then drop that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Imagine the HBO series
because there's no like need to do it right away. You can wait as long as you want,
right?
And then drop. I mean,
but imagine an HBO series of the Smokestack twins in Chicago.
Man, I'm all in on that, bro. Give me that.
The other thing too. Slight correction. Both of them did fight in World War II.
Oh, so they did both.
Yeah, because when Stack, I'm derailing because we're talking about the vampires, but when Stack got turned and he was behind the door, he kept saying, he said German trenches. German trenches. And then when they opened up the and when Smoke at the end opened up the case with all the guns, it had two helmets in there. Had two soldier helmets.
They both did tours.
So Stack was about that work too.
Sure.
Yeah. Which makes sense. They were in it to get like they were a package deal.
Yep.
Now it was apparent.
Yep. And that's why it was hard for Smoke to not go outside.
And it was like the acting was subtle too. It's derailing, but when they were trying to like get invited in, you could see Smoke, like his body language was like, I need to go out there. Man. Like he was talking to him like, I just want to be with you.
Yeah.
Like this is actually, you're right.
No freedom.
There is no freedom.
We've been doing all this. I haven't smiled in years.
Right. Yeah. He smiled one time in the film is when he saw his son.
That was it. Gosh. He was already gone, man. He was already gone. So he may very well not even have smiled until he died. You know what I'm saying? From the time we saw him until he was already dead.
Last derail, even that little touch where he shot the guy and he was like, man, you have a cigarette. Like he knew his mortality. He knew he was going to die. He was like, man,
let me just.
And the white guy just could not let him have his peace. He was just like, hey, man, like he was like, I have money. And he was like, he just looked at him irritated, like, man, look, you disturbing my peace. I want to die in peace, and you still disturbing it. Right. Like it was like little subtle stuff until the very end. It's like, bro,
how they are.
Jeez. Yes, racist.
Jesus.
Right. Oh, you begging and pleading now, huh? I told you not to come back here, and you came back anyway. So, getting back to the vampires, I know I derailed a little bit, but
got so started with that one. Okay.
Yeah, but so for clarity, did Remick strike a deal with the Klans people? The Klans people didn't know he was a vampire. Mm-hmm. They didn't care. Mm-hmm. But it was implied that was a killing floor. Remember they said that?
Yeah, they did.
Remember because he said, "Oh, hey, you think you own this juke joint, but it's like trying to reason with him, like, hey, you don't own anything. Just come over here,
right? We
can build a new."
And those are the things that you leave up to speculation. You can't really definitively say,
right?
I mean, you can only ask Ryan about that. Right?
Yeah, because he did. Remick did say, "Well, we'll get him later." Like.
Yeah.
It was a weird, he said, I knew you struck a deal with this guy,
Yeah.
whatever that guy's name was. I
Yeah.
forgot his name.
Yeah.
It was some racist name.
Yes.
Too.
It sounded
Like when
like
I
a
looked at the
Grand
name of
Wizard
it.
name.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But when he was talking about that, he said, I knew you made a deal with them, so that's why I approached this couple.
Yeah.
It was almost like he was strategizing, like, hey, like, I knew y'all were going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I think the music was just an added touch, like, oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, that, you know, it's like little stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
that was written in there that I thought was interesting. Just approaching the vampire lore again. But yeah.
More on the
The second piece of the other piece of music where they're like doing the Irish jig and all this stuff, like,
man, listen, man. Now that song, I'm not gonna lie, that Rocky Road to Dublin is a banger, bro. like I'm not gonna lie, man. My daughter and I listen to that thing regularly.
right.
It has no business going that hard, bro. Like I probably would have gone outside had I been inside the juke joint, because my man Cornbread was like, I'm feeling it.
Right.
But the scene was so cool because, again, nod to Irish culture.
Right.
Nod to Irish culture. My man legit did that Irish river dance.
Surprised him with it.
Yeah.
They didn't know he had that in him.
I saw behind the scene videos of him
doing it.
Yeah, like practicing.
Right.
Going in. I'm like, man, this dude know how to do it. He's like legit. And he was singing.
Yeah.
Like he's singing this stuff. And I'm like, man, that is so dope. And there was something else I learned about that particular style of dance. I had never understood why they danced like that, right? Like their arms were down or something. Something, and I'm going to butcher this, but it had something to do with their being forbidden from dancing. And you're not, when they were like overrun by the British and taken over and all that stuff, you're not supposed to be dancing. So they couldn't, if they were dancing, they had to keep their arms down so it didn't look like they were doing anything. It was all feet.
Wow.
So if you saw them like out and they were like in the window or whatever, you can't see nothing but their
torso.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But they feet be doing all that stuff. They be moving around.
Wow.
Because I always thought it was kind of weird. Like, why are their arms so stiff all the time when they're doing that? But that's why. At least that's what I've heard.
Right.
Again, fact check me on that, somebody. But it makes sense. But all of that stuff is playing a role.
Yes.
In this stuff.
Right.
Like he intentionally picked Irish to be these people. And they have a rich musical history as well,
and that's what
and it's like,
and that's what was connecting us.
Yes,
that music has a it's funny on two levels. It's like he's telling this made up story about there's just certain people in history that have this gift of music. Other people sing music, like you know, Delroy Lindo. He was very protective of Sammy too. Like, you can't take him from us.
No.
Like, I know this guy, I sing the blues and this guy is the truth.
Yeah.
Like, you can't take him away from us.
Yeah. He's young and he made the point. He's like, I don't even know if I got that many more years left, you know what I'm saying? But he's looking at him
carrying
like
the tradition. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I thought that was well placed.
Almost, yeah.
Right. And I think the point I was trying to make is, like, on one level, he's telling a story about, he's using music as the vehicle to set up the world, but he's also showing how music connects us as a culture. It doesn't matter what race you are or whatever. Right. Yeah, so like the point you made about the Irish, it's like they found a way regardless.
Right.
Black people found a way to go, we are struggling. Like that monologue with Delroy Lindo is so powerful. Like, I get chills thinking about it because he was literally singing down the emotion. Yeah. He was about to cry. And this is the acting of Michael B. Jordan too. As he was saying it, Michael B. Jordan's kind of smiling like he knows that he's about to go into the blues and like, man, you got that guitar back there.
Yeah, they said that was ad-lib, that part.
That's crazy. Right.
He's like, you got that guitar on you, don't you?
Right. And then Sammy like,
oh, okay.
And he starts
was caught off guard too. He's like, okay, let's go with it. And they just
but then he looks at him again. I was like, oh man, this is just beautiful stuff, man.
Man. It's like, man, this movie is more, and that's what I mean by more than a horror movie.
Right.
I realize it has to be categorized. Right. I understand that.
Right.
But to pigeonhole it is criminal.
Yeah. That monologue showed the terror and the horror that he witnessed. Sure.
But then the joy right after that.
Right. He was like, man.
Roller coaster, man.
He wanted to, this guy wanted to start a church and that got taken away from him. And me in my secular ways, I was kind of like, that's idiotic. Why would you start a church? But Godspeed, you know, and yeah, man. That movie has layers. That's why it's in my. That's why it has to be a cornerstone of my collection, man. Like, there's so much to say about that. I've never seen. To me, and this is my opinion. I get the comparison to Dusk Till Dawn. I know that there's some.
It stops at the similarities of like the scenery. It stops there.
That's it.
It stops there. And my thing is, like you said, I completely understand that. And when people say that, but
the relevance is nowhere near. I didn't pull anything from Dusk Till Dawn. Like
nothing. And the people that I've seen online, just the people I've seen online talk about it in that vein, they do it in such a way that suggests he stole the whole movie.
No.
It's not that.
No way.
And what is original these days anyway?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's only so many stories you can tell. The inspirations persist throughout art.
Yes.
So, yeah. He might have said, okay, they're holed up in this building and we're trying to, last until the morning. I get it.
Right. And let's not.
But past that, that's it.
I find it interesting too. that like don't want to give him credit for that. Right. Like, that comparison. Oh, well, this derivative of Dusk Till Dawn and all that stuff. And then the article with Variety,
like that was crazy.
Yeah, like
that was crazy.
And a friend of the podcast pointed this out. It's like, well, why don't you keep the same energy when The Accountant 2 comes out and opens to $11 million? Like, nobody was writing articles about that. Like, oh, it only made $11 million.
That's right. No one's going to do that.
And the article I'm referencing is Variety came out. Even Ben Stiller criticizing, man, y'all are wilding.
Yeah.
Like, they were saying, well,
he still got to make this much money in order to break even.
It was like a 90 million.
But he's still killing it.
You in the opening weekend.
That to Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
You would never do that.
Right. Right. And then let's talk about that too, quickly. Just Ryan had to highlight that, like, hey, other directors get these deals.
Right.
Y'all just don't. It's just common.
It's a big deal.
It's fine.
A big deal because
it's a big deal.
Like me.
Yes.
I couldn't even cash a check at the bank without catching hell.
Yeah. Oh, that happened in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
When he was filming Black Panther, he tried to cash a check at Bank of America
somewhere.
Yeah.
Who are you, sir?
Right. Yeah.
See. All right. Never to Quentin. Never at a bank to Quentin.
Right.
Never. So
yeah,
there's that.
That's a horror that he faces personally, and
sure,
art imitates life.
That's right.
And
that's right. You write about what you know.
Exactly.
If you don't know your research.
Yeah,
like he does. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, man, I know we've already rated this film. There's no point.
No,
but
there's nothing changed.
Yeah. Second viewing. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah. Yep.
I do want to point out one thing. I hate to be that guy.
Okay.
Now, again, there's a lot of people that are into fighting, and it's like, when the vampires came in, like if you there's only like 6.
Yeah.
There was only those people in the barn at that at the sawmill at that point. But there was a point where like the vampires were biting people, and I was like, well, who is that? There must have been somebody stuck in a bathroom or something, or like somebody was off in another room somewhere. And it was like, because I thought
everybody had left the juke.
Yeah. And that's how the vampires were able to amass the army.
Well, no, I thought they amassed the army from the people that left.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But everybody that left,
yeah.
The people that did not leave were our heroes, right?
Yeah, that's
the main people.
That's right.
So I was like, well, who is that vampire biting?
Random dude.
Doesn't matter to me. It doesn't destroy the film.
Right.
I was kind of like,
that was a little suspect.
I was like, who is that?
That was suspect.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. But
made for good action though. For those who want to know when they fight.
Yeah. And I also like the misdirect with Perlene, because for some reason I thought Perlene was a vampire.
Garlic and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. They did two kind of misdirections, like because Delroy was having a hard time.
Yeah, that liquor.
Too much beer.
Yeah, that garlic and beer don't mix.
No, and he was like, "Oh wow!" And so everything at least two people might have been turned and wasn't saying anything.
Right.
But and shout out to Cornbread. That dude been viral. Everybody's been quoting that dude.
Right.
They loved his part. He had the money, and he was just like, "We out here playing games, telling ghost stories instead of doing what we ought to do."
Yes.
That's my son's favorite.
I liked him in 8 Mile too. When he was rapping. I've seen those too, where they're outside. And
then she said he should have done that. They would have let him in. Cornbread, man, it's gonna be so bad. Halloween is gonna be a good time.
Yes.
There's gonna be a lot of twins.
That'd be dope.
Smoking stack stuff, and then I've already seen some Cornbread outfits. I've already seen them.
Really?
I've already seen them.
Right.
And St. Patrick's Day might be kind of fun next year too.
Right.
Interesting.
I didn't think about that.
Hunt the hair and turn them down the rocky road to Dublin.
Let me ask you this: do you think there was nothing to compare to the Black Panther experience? But do you think Sinners kind of did that?
Sinners is doing something different in that it's bringing two groups of people together.
Yes. Which people?
Like Irish kind of, they we're both kind of, and if you get on social media, you can kind of see it. It's this appreciation from the Black community of Irish culture and their music. Like I said, we've been bumping Rocky Road to Dublin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we appreciate it. It was like, man, y'all be getting it in.
Right.
And of course they appreciate, Black culture as well. And so there's this kinship, and an understanding that's pervasive online that is really refreshing to see.
Right.
It's good to see. Even when the antagonist is, an Irish vampire.
Representation means a lot.
We still understand where he's coming from as a Black person.
Right.
Like, we get it. We want to be accepted into spaces.
Right.
We feel like we're, worthy to come in here.
Right.
Oh, but it's because of this, isn't it?
Right.
We've all felt that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so we understand.
Right.
And so there's this.
And I feel like with Wakanda Forever, I think that was missed.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was doing that as well with Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, with the Latin community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people skated over that. And
they had their own idea of what they wanted to see.
Right.
In that movie.
And I think we were all dealing with the death of Chadwick.
Yeah, we were all dealing with it.
But
we had our opinions.
Culturally, I think he was really
trying.
He was trying, and I appreciate that in all of his films, man. It seems like there's this it just points out how racism is just stupid.
It's just stupid.
Like,
and
it's arrogant to think that a race is better than another. You know what I'm saying?
Like yeah, because we all have something to contribute.
Right.
You know?
But there has to be an acknowledgement that, you know, there is that system in place that makes sinners possible.
Yeah.
I think that was the point of the writing too. Like everything's set up for this horror story to happen. You know? Man, there's so much more to say about this, but for the sake of time,
maybe we'll come back and talk some more.
Yeah.
Maybe some listeners will let us know what they want.
Oh, please do.
You know what I'm
please
saying?
do.
Like maybe you have an opinion about anything we might have missed and is relevant and is noteworthy.
Yes.
To talk about.
Oh, please.
Because like I said, you can watch this movie, more than once and see something different every time and that you may have missed. You know, so
yes, please follow us.
Yep.
Subscribe.
Yep. And
we have a website out there, and you feel free to comment on that. We will. We definitely look at the comments. oldguardpodcast.com.
Yep. There it is.
We're out here.
It is. We out here.
Yeah, we're glad to be back.
Oh my God, yes.
So happy to be back.
Stay tuned. We're gonna give you what our thoughts are regarding the latest installment in the MCU, that Thunderbolts. So that's coming.
Yep.
And we're trying to, as of this recording, Andor is only up to
it's 9.
It's 9 episodes.
The season finale is
okay.
It's coming this Tuesday.
Okay, so there's only 10
coming tomorrow.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. So we're gonna try to get that Star Wars story.
Yep.
And hopefully we can get Van Everett to join us.
Yeah, from
the Scenario Radio Show.
Yeah.
The smartest man in Tennessee. I tell him that all the time, man.
Yes.
He's a very thoughtful person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saw Sinners with us.
Yes,
that might be a worthy discussion to have later on in the future too.
For sure.
But
yeah, man, you know what it is, like Rowls said, man, we out there, hit us up. Let us know, man. We're glad that you are back rolling with us on this train. We're gonna try to keep this thing on the tracks, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're supposed to be doing this. Thank y'all so much. See y'all.